Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. And for those people who need to, welcome to a new time. Don't forget to set your clocks, readjust them. Interesting that we get to do that twice a year, playing with time. And we play with time in the wrong way, in my opinion. That's not the way to play on this time stream. So, welcome to Sunday with Spirit. This is a non-political poll. This is one where we jump up and down and we play on the web of creation. And I was reminded this past week of the web that we jump up and down on our time stream ley lines. I thought that was an interesting concept image that I got during this eclipse full moon. So, and we've talked about it before. Time streams that we can jump from strand to strand, time stream to time stream. And whatever we vibrate on this web of creation vibrates on different time streams. So we want to stay in that positive, higher vibrational tone. So today what I wanted to talk about is the power of no. Staying in that higher vibrational tone. No. So this morning I was on a conference call with someone who was talking to me about a 6-month class. And as we got more and more into the conversation, I heard more and more, this is not for me. And so I ended up saying no. And it was an agreed no. He knew, I knew, that this was not the right fit at the right time. So it was good. It was great. And I thought, maybe this Sunday we should revisit the power of no. The decks that I'm using, I have them spread out in a figure 8 because things are being regenerated all the time. I'm using the Dark Mirror cards for the power of no. I am using the Healing Fairies deck. It's a new deck, thank you. And I don't think that that's going to be the power of no, but maybe we'll get a no. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. Okay, never mind. And then I'm using the Ancestral Path, which I don't think is a no card either. I think the Dark Mirror cards are something that we should pay attention to, as maybe we're being too part of a negative cycle or something. And let's just see what the cards have to say. It's in a figure 8, so it's going to be a rebirth, a rebirth. Just leave it like that. Here we go with the first card, the power of no. Calling in the storm. Ooh. You know, when I first got this deck, I was like, I don't know. And then the more I use it, the more I love this deck. The power of the storm. This is a Sha woman bringing in the storm. Come on, she says. Bring it on. I got this. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa. I had a friend of mine who used to call on the power of no. He goes, well, whenever I bring in a positive intention and put it forth and say, this is what I want, I would always get the opposite. So I'm going to use that opposite methodology and I'm going to say no, hoping that I get a yes. I always thought that was a little backwards. And yet here I am doing it, calling in the storm. So what does this do when we call in the storm? It feels like we're in the storm right now. It brings all this stuff up. It's winds, messaging, destruction, and then after the storm, it's the cleanup and the sun comes out. So for those of you on the East Coast, it will get warmer. So calling in the storm, I'm not getting a definite no on that. I'm getting a, be careful what kind of storm you call. It's kind of like a fire. Be careful what kind of fire you bring in. Fires are very regenerative, although they can be extremely destructive when they get out of control. Just as storms. When we heat our planet up so that we have super typhoons and hurricanes, it gets to be too destructive. So I'll just leave it like that. Let's do this figure 8 and see what we get with this. No, fated to suffer. That's a pretty easy no. Are we fated to suffer? No. And here we have a dark figure holding up an apple to a woman. And this is all that religious stuff that we were born broken. No. Just say no. And as we move down, we get into fragmentation. So this is another maybe for me. And in fragmentation, so for me, the way that I look at source consciousness, it's unity consciousness. And when we signed our soul contracts to come down to Earth School, we said we're going to separate, we're going to fragment from source consciousness. And we're going to experience an individual fragment of source consciousness. And so that individual fragment that we are now experiencing is, well, for me, the lesson is to get back and remember the unity consciousness that we should all be having as fragments. Did that make sense? I kind of think it did. Okay, let's move on. Fragmentation. Say no to it. Yes and no. I'm so clear with this. All right, here's one. No. Revenge. No. No. That's not the right word. That's not the right path. Revenge. Avenge? Is that a better word? I don't think so. But revenge, it's like, well, who are we? You know, we're still fragmented. So that revenge feels like it's a fragmentation. It's not part of unity consciousness. So that's a no for me. So we got one no, and some maybes. And the final dark mirror card is obsession. And to me, this is a no too. Because the obsession in my world takes it to the extreme. And I'm caught in a loop, and I can't let go of the loop. So that obsessional loop is a no. And so as we focus on this particular time stream with the dark mirror cards, we called in the storm. We're in it. Know that the sun's going to shine. we're going to get out of this. We're going to have to do some cleanup. Whatever it is. Now I'm kind of leaning a little towards the world view with all of our political craziness and our wars and the hunger and the food insecurities, housing insecurities, all of that. We are calling that in, but know that that is not going to be forever. The sun's going to come out. We are not just fated to suffer in this storm that lasts forever. It's just a fragment of what we should be, that we signed up to experience. We signed up to experience this storm. However, sometimes we're just a little too obsessed with it, and we're now going, okay, I'm going to take revenge on this storm. Okay. So that's the kind of no. Maybe we shouldn't be thinking like that. And again, adjust these cards to your own awareness and how it fits. I love it when you guys throw your own cards on the topic. And this topic is kind of goofy, the power of no. Let's see what the healing card would be, calling in the storm. Oh, miracle healing. When I first started this channel, there was an awareness at that time with me of our medical system was going to be changed radically, be looked at radically. And that is when I got into the energy medicines of shamanism, of trance healing. There's certainly color healing, plant medicines. So it's not the fragmented medicines, it's the universal medicines from source consciousness and from the earth that brings us miracle healing. And a lot of times too, we could just believe we're going to be healed, and that helps. Well, let me rephrase that. That brings on miracle healing. But if we don't believe it, it's not going to happen. But if we believe in it, all right, let's keep going down. Let's see what we get. Inner power. So, we're fated. It's the fates. The fates have us suffering. Tap into our inner power. Is that true? I say no. Tap into the inner power of miracle healing. This fragmentation card, as we split from source energy, we follow our dreams. Oh, okay. So what I'm hearing from this is, don't forget to enjoy Earth School. There's so much abundance and joy when we follow our dreams in this place of Mother Earth, of Gaia, Father Sky. Follow your dreams. Where are you going with it? Look, you got little angels. You got little alien angels, space people, fairies. All right. Revenge. What is it? Best served. Revenge is best served. What? I can't remember. I'm not a revenge guy. Higher consciousness. Thank you. If we're tapping into revenge, are we tapping into our higher consciousness? Source energy, unity consciousness? Isn't that what we should leave to the fates, to God, source consciousness, revenge. Let them deal with, if they need to come back and learn their lessons. So this takes me down a different road that I want to go to. But if revenge is left to higher consciousness will then bring forth another life stream, or maybe they are fated or signed the contract to suffer as they have caused suffering, and they need to drop into their inner power to change that fragmentation and learn their lesson. Okay. For me, in my small brain, I'm going too deep with this. Obsession is self-reliance. So when we're obsessed, especially with the outside world, the healing energies is self-reliance. What do we need to follow our dreams? What do we need to light us up? Not what somebody else wants us to obsess over. Pay attention to our inner beauties, our inner lives. I'm going down here. Ooh, 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. This is a restriction card. This is, in this deck, it's a little strange because it doesn't follow the regular tarot. So tapping into this intuitively, I get the 5 swords that are keeping us safe, keeping us from falling into the river. So it's not just like an imprisonment card, like some 8 of Swords. And it's also got 3 swords next to this woman that it almost feels like it is a little bit of a protection for her again. So this card is giving me protection energy, not restriction energy. And the 3 of Swords that are stuck into the ground could be indicate like a heartbreak, a betrayal of something, but not it. No, it just feels like it could be a heartache, a heartbreak, but it is managed in a way that it is just stuck in the ground. So it's not really, maybe we're obsessing over, the 3 of Swords and what it traditionally meant. To me, when I look at this card, it's just another form of protection, there to be used if needed. But there's also a musical instrument that is there to soothe the soul if needed. Okay, let's move up to here. Ace of Cups. Fated to suffer, say no. Find your inner power, and then you will be having a new emotional overflow, a new start, a new sunrise or sunset there. Especially when we called in the storm, we get some miracle healing, some vast healing. And we get the 6 sacred circles. The 6 sacred circles is When I look at this card, you see the shadows, the long, long shadows, but you see the bright snow. You see the moonlight shining. Maybe it's not snow. It's hard to tell in that moonlight. It is snow. But it's bringing light to something. And the Six of Sacred Circles is all about sharing in abundance. Setting up your intention with these prayer balls, prayer ties. Very cool. All right, let's go down here. Ooh, King of Cups. So we have revenge. We have let it go to the higher consciousness. Let that be the obsession. And we get a higher form of emotional calmness. Yay. He is looking a little sideways too, giving side eye there. Do you see that? He's giving a side eye. That's because we thought we should take revenge. And he goes, no. That's not for you. The last card we get in this spread, winning the race, Six of Staves. Obsession, self-reliance. If we let go of the obsession, stay with the self-reliance, we are winners of this race on this time stream. Stay protected. Don't just follow your dreams willy-nilly. Have your boundaries. That's what I heard. Thank you. Maintain your boundaries. Maintain a new emotional start. Maintain a higher authority with your emotions. And expect miracles. Set them up in your tree. But your intentions, your inner power, hang that on the tree so that other people can see it. All right, thank you all. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday with Spirit. Appreciate you all. Peace and love.